Should we be even worried about whether or not we have a global binding agreement?
Well, I mean, the necessity of the UN to continue to create political accountability and to set globally agreed overall collective action targets is really important. But I don't think it's critical to have a formal legal binding treaty in that sense. I think the emphasis on the form, we shouldn't confuse form and substance. And where substance matters is in the domestic laws that are passed in response to whatever the political commitments are that are achieved, let's say in Paris. And you see this already with Copenhagen. So much of the media reported Copenhagen to be a failure to achieve the great grand agreement, but in reality, looking back on it, all of the domestic action that's happening now, the China pilot trading program, South Korea, Mexico, what the U.S. is doing, is being driven by the political commitments that were made in Copenhagen, even though they're not binding. It was just an accord. So when we think about what's coming up in Paris, the key is to create a level of ambition collectively that is commensurate with the crisis, and then have this annual continued gathering of the countries that hold each other accountable politically, such that the countries will pass domestic laws in response to that. And that's really important because the investments, the changes that occur on the ground with the emitters, with the innovators of new technology, those are in response to domestic laws where there's enforcement teeth, as opposed to these international treaties where in fact there really isn't a meaningful enforcement mechanism anyway. So I think we have a great opportunity. We know that things are happening on the ground all around the world. And the key is to just ramp that domestic action and regional action up and to bolster it. And the UN can play a vital role in doing that, but we don't need to get fixated on the nature of the agreement per se.